What's up, guys? I think this is loading. Alright, what's up, guys? This is Pajama Janna, formerly known as Jaegerman Jensen, and I'm here to make another video because I haven't actually logged on to the YouTube in a while, but it seems like you guys liked the last commentary and what I had to say about teamwork and being a teammate and rotating to objectives on time to win games and gain elo. And I guess I'm a living testament to that, because last time you saw me in January I was gold 4 and I've just been grinding up and I got to platinum 4, and a big part of that is playing support Janna. And a lot of people are saying on the ladder, you can never carry a game as support, you can never do anything as support, especially a useless support, you know, somebody who's just pure utility like Janna. I'm talking, I need hard CC, I need a tank, I need hooks, you know, Thresh Braum. It's been dominating the meta, but I think with the introduction of the Ardent Sensor, especially, Riot's moving the meta towards a more utility oriented kind of thing that focuses more on team fights and the aspect of teamwork in the game, because I think they want to raise the skill ceiling by raising the level of teamwork. And I think Janna absolutely plays into that role, because she cannot be useful at all without a team. And so we're just starting it off right now. The overall theme when you're playing support Janna is like, you gotta be mechanically really super awesome, and you gotta just not make any mistakes, because they're really costly for you, especially early game. But overall, you have 3 things that you have to do for the team, and there's some stuff going on right now. Hold on. Woo! Alright, Caitlyn's so fine, but there are 3 overarching things that you want to provide for the team as support Janna, and that's utility in speed, slows, whatever, CC, vision, and a safety net for other people's mistakes. And that comes in the form of reactive shield timings, reactive ult timings, and whatnot. The runes and masteries for what I run on Janna, it's kind of weird, but it's with everything in mind of keeping a lot of health and armor, because I'm not actually going to be doing any sort of offensive plays. I do offense indirect through Caitlyn, through other AD carries. You see we have Riven on my team, which is great. And it's all about the timing. If you can see in this game, by putting the shields on, using the skills at the exact correct time, which is like reminiscent of when I used to play a lot of jungle Lee Sin to try to gain elo. It's like getting places on time. Everything is about timing. So you can see right here, alright, this is a really cool trick on Janna's shield, level 1. I take level 1 Janna shield. Why? Because it's the most OP leash in the game. Check this out. Jarvan, 152, I'm going to put a shield on him. Alright? Why? Because the Janna shield has like a, what is it, 8 or 9, maybe 10-second cooldown. Level 1. I put the shield on him at 152 because the Janna shield only lasts 5 seconds. So this buff spawns at 155, meaning that he'll have 2 seconds with the shield on, which is just enough that he'll need, actually, so that he can tank 2 shots. Alright, get the use of the shield, because the boosted AD doesn't last anymore. It's just as long as when the shield's there, you get the boosted AD and the HP. When the HP is gone, no more boosted AD. So notice I'm staying a little bit longer. Caitlyn's heading off to lane. I give him another shield right before I leave. Let me back that up. So one at 152. I'm staying a little bit longer, This is investing in my jungler. This is team play, team mechanics. Another one at 203. So 152 to 203, it's about 11 seconds. And he got autos too. So I'm going back to lane. Caitlyn, whew, almost got hooked by Thresh. But notice the forward positioning by them. Is Draven and Thresh. They have a huge level 2 spike. They're going to try to, most people, if they're good, they're going to try to rush level 2 first in lane. And as Janna, you got to make sure that you provide forward positioning with your body. See that? I'm saying Thresh, like, I'm not just going to let you go and harass Caitlyn alone. You got to go up there and just say, like, even if you're not going to use any skills, just be up there and be unafraid. Trust yourself that you're going to be able to dodge the skill shots. And so, really, this is all about waiting for Draven's auto attack for the axe to be in the air before I shield Caitlyn. So watch this. I'm not sure if then the first time it happens. So Caitlyn hits in. It's a positive trade. These early trades are so important. That's why I'm slowing it down hella. So I put the shield on her right now. Why? Because if you notice, she's kind of like sparkly. This is game knowledge. This is knowing that every single 8 auto attacks, Caitlyn gets a headshot. Now if I give her a headshot and that shot hits while she has the Janna shield on, she gets a boosted AD with that. And you can actually see Draven got hit for a whole lot. Look at that, almost 2 little things of his health. That's like 100 or 200 damage. And she gets hit too, but look at that. That's where the kind of different thing with the shield comes in. She gets the auto with the boosted AD, and then I block his auto with the HP. So that was a perfect trade. That's how you trade as Janna. It takes a while to be able to do those reactive timings, but it's worth it, I think, if you want to learn how to play like a high skill cap champion. You know, it's going to take patience, but it's worth. So notice right now it's just the early game. All I'm doing is I'm playing D until we can both hit level 2, and if ever time they come and try to aggress on Caitlyn, I'm going to disengage. So because I stayed back right there for Jarvan, you know, this is the price you pay. I don't hit level 2 immediately. So you got to be really extra careful. Look at, okay, Thresh is coming in with the hook. Easily dodge it. He goes up to Caitlyn. Okay, he does the flay. Usually this is just game knowledge too. In metagaming, usually Thresh's lead flay auto attack hook. So I'm going to prepare for the auto attack, give her a shield right before it lands. Boom. Okay. She gets a positive trade on Draven too. Did you notice that also? She got the boosted AD for one auto attack, and so we just keep farming. So this is kind of, now this is a point where you really have to be extremely careful and ping all your lanes like, hey, watch out. Like around 3 minutes to 3:15, especially depending on the enemy jungler. Like if it's Lee Sin or Evelynn, they're gonna gank first around this time, and you can see actually in the middle lane ganking Lux, but it's all good. So everybody's kind of being extra care, playing back. Riven got first blood, so I'm assuming that Eve's gonna go up top, so I don't have to go ward a lane. And you'll also notice, how come I don't have any wards in my build? I totally forgot to talk about this, but this is the starting item build versus Evelynn on Janna. So usually I'll get the coin right here, and then usually I'll get a blue pot, a red pot, and then a green ward, and as well as the warding totem trinket. But instead this game I decided to get a pink ward and a blue pot. Why? Because it doesn't matter if you have all the green wards in the world, Eve can walk over them and still come and gank you, and it'll catch you by surprise. So right now Evelynn just showed face top, or actually she showed face top when she's gonna go kill Riven, which is unfortunate. So I'm just telling Caitlyn, just feel free to push, man. Feel free to push. And so just speed up this lane phase. So now that the early laning phase is over, when I was like really slowing it down, paying attention to reactive shield timings, you can breathe a little bit easier now as support Janna, but you still need to be pretty careful. It was 420. You know, you don't just look the other way one time and then your AD carry gets totally chunked, and then you put on a shield after he's taken all the damage, and just kind of insulting to him, like, you're gonna shield me now, bro, after I just got hit in the face with a gigantic whatever microphone axe that Mr. Primetime's wielding. So Thresh is around, and so you gotta be thinking at this time in sport, oh, this is boring. Everybody says this is boring, but really what I'm doing actually in the real game is I'm watching all the lanes. I'm trying to understand the movement of other people and when they're gonna be ganked, and the movement of the jungler and her kind of path for objectives. So notice that ping right there, this little ping. I noticed that Thresh warded, and so then I immediately tell J4 in chat, it's warded for another 55 seconds, go home. Those little things make a huge difference as a support. If you can not waste your jungler's time, if you can save his time, that indirectly gives him more farm, and that indirectly helps in other ganks because he'll be able to get places faster, quicker, stronger, not have to sit there and wait in a warded area. So now a little fight's coming out. Oh, I thought it was, but nothing really. So that early pink that I had, it's gonna save our lives right now. I noticed for just a split second Evelynn walks by in this path. Why did I put the pink ward here? You know, a lot of people like to put it here. I like to put it in kind of like a spot that I don't think people would ever, you know, look. So this is a pretty obvious spot. This one's not so obvious. This one's obvious. This one's not so obvious. Pretty hidden. Definitely pretty hidden. But I like this one especially because a lot of the times when junglers are going to try to gank in the early parts of the game, they'll try to come in behind through the tri-bush. And so that actually saves our life right now. So pinks are OP. You always got to have those special tactics in mind when you're against an Eve jungler, because they play in a specific kind of style, which is like Shaco, you know, that most people aren't used to, which is I'm super weak and scary and squishy, and you can kill me, but I have the element of surprise and some really, really special tactics and ace cards up my sleeve. So I'm telling Kate that since Eve is around, we should just go get Golem since we have to back off, but she doesn't seem to want to back away from the lane. So just keep farming how we do. Speed up. I'm just telling him it's warded again. J4 keeps coming, but it's not to be. Farm, 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 farm. Now this is what separates high elo from low elo, I think. Prompt pings. Now you can see J4 doing work against Evelyn right now, trying to take this enemy blue buff, and I'm still kind of bot lane engaged in this, but I noticed that they're backing off. Alright, as soon as you notice that they're backing off from your field of vision, I'm like, ping, 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 where are they? Where are they? Look at this. This is important, alright? This is what separates the bad supports from the good supports. This split second here. As soon as they both leave my field of vision, okay, they're both empty. How many seconds is it going to take before I alert my team who's in the middle of their jungle, alright? He's in a very dangerous position. 1, 2, and then all of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pings, danger. I'm coming, I'm on the way, danger, danger. Like, that is incredibly important to do as a support, to communicate with your team and let everybody know what's happening. So you can see this big fight happening, and oh, Lux is getting pretty low. So I see that Lux is getting low, and despite the fact that she's probably gone and dead, I'm a good Janna, and I understand that one of the 3 biggest roles for me in this game is not only provide vision and utility, but to be a safety net for other people's mistakes. And so you notice I actually hit a little tornado to try to keep them away, and she's, with good mechanics, has her Lux shield to keep her alive. Ooh! Get that Janna shield on there for the last auto, give her my heal, because actually Caitlyn decided to take barrier, so I decided to have heal for the extra movement speed reposition. I would have normally gone exhaust, and she dies. And it's alright, but I mean, just simply by showing her that I'm willing to like stay with her till her final breath gives her trust in her support, lets her know that she's a good support. That was a really close play. Like, it's all about building that teamwork and camaraderie. Now my mid laner is going to trust my calls more, I think, and going to respect my play more, because I just walked the edge of the knife, if you will. Like, a lot of playing champions like Janna, Cassiopeia, you know, people that are all spec'd into one certain area of the game, all offense, all defense, all utility or something, you really do walk the edge of a knife. Like when you watch Trick2G play Udi or something like that, he's walking the edge of the knife because he knows the exact extent that he can go offensively before he runs away, and he's able to confuse his opponents that way because they're not necessarily Udi or mains. They don't really know what he can do. But anyways, back on subject. So I went back to base, and what I decided to get, I always get, you want to prioritize getting this Nomad's Medallion, this gold per 5 item, because it really does help you with sustain in lane for mana and health, and Janna is so mana hungry. The gold per 10 isn't really that big, but the favor, the unique passive thing, adds up after a while of standing next to people and, you know, passively benefiting from their farm. If you don't get that upgraded to, you know, something, at least the Nomad's Medallion pretty fast, you're going to be feeling the gold pinch around 20 minutes. So people are kind of posturing for Dragon, not really sure what's going to be happening here. But the key as Janna right now, look, I'm taking advantage of this separation between the opponents. Separation wins fights. Janna, because she's always focused on making the team more cohesive in a unit, it's kind of like a pack of wolves. They always go after the weakest one that's separated from the rest of the group. So you can see here in this fight, Draven is going after Caitlyn, and she's getting pretty low, but as soon as she gets a little bit too low, I separate them with the ultimate, and notice how he's isolated now. We have a clear target. Caitlyn has enough room between her and the enemy to safely ultimate him, and it's all easy, and I actually, a little KS, but you know, a little KS never hurt anybody. And then just give this one to Caitlyn, and notice how whenever you, always as Janna, you get assist gold. Look, that was an easy 75 gold. Why? Just because I gave Caitlyn a shield. If you just give somebody a shield and they do damage with it or take damage from it just a little bit with the shield on, you get an assist. And that's just a really, really good thing, like a tactic to abuse as Janna support. So we just come over to the dragon. We're pinging the dragon. We just got all those kills, pinking it up, making sure the area is clear. And take the exact timer. That's how I do it. This is from all my jungle practice. 10:47. So the next dragon's going to be at 16:47. So clear out the vision, and now this is kind of the point in the game where things stall sometimes, when the first outer turrets start to be taken and we're transitioning into the team fight phase, but there are still some lanes that are in lane phase. Like you can see Riven is in the transition phase where she needs to roam, but Caitlyn is still thoroughly locked in her lane. And it's pretty cool that Riven is doing work, man. She has 6 kills. She's going to help us carry, and I always like to see attack damage carries doing well on my team because they synergize with the shield, especially when I get Ardent Sensor, because that is so blatantly OP, but I always get it after the talisman, because repositioning your team and allowing them to like not be in range of other people's skills is far more important than just buffing a kind of auto attack. Because it doesn't matter if their auto attacks are buffed, if they're not in their correct position to use those auto attacks, you'll lose the game. So it's the highest priority is to get the talisman. Second highest priority is to get the sensor, because it's so wicked OP, especially if you have an 80 carry like Jinx or somebody who's attack speed based, Twitch, Kale, jungle, anything like that. Oh, you can just decimate teams with the Ardent Sensor. It's so good, especially with 40% cooldown reduction, especially with this new kind of support build paths that constantly having you build these forbidden items with the 10%, and you get the 5% from the utility tree if you go 0, 9, 21 like I do. You can look up the masteries or whatever. Just look me up on Locking if you want to look at Rune's masteries. But at 40% cooldown reduction, the Janna shield has a 6-second cooldown. It lasts 5 seconds. If you have Zeke's and it's for a single target, you can give them plus 75 AD. If you have the sensor, they get plus 25 attack speed, and from that boosted AP from the sensor, and if you have AP in your runes or masteries or whatever, you can even give them more than plus 75 AD. Oh, and if I said you had Zeke, so they have 10% lifesteal too. Like, if you know how to play Janna and get to the team fight phase, it's incredibly OP, the kind of stuff that she can make your carry have on everybody else around her. It doesn't necessarily need to be a carry, you know. All of a sudden, oh, Lux is in trouble here. Lux, have a BF sword, lifesteal, and 300 more health for 5 seconds. Like, it really does make a difference, because in a team fight, 5 seconds is everything. And so Riven is fed. You could tell that. I'll back up just a little bit. And what is she doing? She's kind of, you know, going up to everybody and saying, hey, someone fight me, fight me, fight me, someone fight me. This is called, you know, taunting or drawing the enemy to you. And she's going to try to draw at least 2 important people away. So you can see Thresh is here. She's trying to 1v2 Garen and Thresh, but no, okay, now it's a 3v1. She's almost certainly going to die. And so instead of looking at that as a loss, look at it as an opportunity. Whenever somebody draws 2 or 3 people, take an objective. And so we immediately as a team rotate super fast before they can react and just take mid for free. It's all about those fast clockwork rotations. And so the next drag, if you remember, is 1643 or 1647. So I'm thinking about setting up for it soon when I go back. I'm definitely pinging my team right around now. Dragon 1 minute. Everybody's mid. I have another pink. I have the scanner. And as soon as you get the Sightstone, just swap for the scanner, because it's not really smart to have that many wards. I mean, unless you're stuck in lane and constantly being pushed to tower, and you're not in a position where you're going to be able to clear something and scan. But always, I like to get the scanners every single time I make the Sightstone switch. And so they were doing stuff up top, and I'm just corralling them in, just saying, hey guys, come over here, come over here, come over here. It's in 10 seconds. Come on. 5 seconds. You know, I'm just telling them, giving them a count out. 2, 1. Dragon's up. How many seconds is it going to take? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even know. But it was 1647 is when it spawned. 1654 is when it's done. 7-second dragon. They had 7 seconds from the time that it spawned to react. Otherwise, like, to contest at all. Otherwise, it's just gone. Like, that style is so very, very, very difficult to beat once they get on top of you, because if we keep on staying on top of the timer, they only know like a vague idea of when the timer is, which is like plus, you know, if it's really good conjecture, it'll be like plus or minus 5 seconds. That 5 seconds is what, 70-60% of the 7 seconds that it took us. Like, it's extremely strong to be places on time, and as a result we catch them unaware and unguarded because our team is grouped up and moving away from an objective while they're just kind of aimlessly trying to farm. So we just massacre them. They're just completely disorganized. See how we're in a unit rotating? Just massacre. And I'm just pinging this turret. Let's go. Face tank it. We can do it. Okay, Eve shows up. This is all about reactions on Janna. Reactive ultimate saves J4 all day, easy mode. But it's just, if you got to be paying attention. You got to be tuned into your teammates. And so this is just a really, really, really amazing push, actually. So watch how I do this as Janna. Every single high priority target from the enemy, I try to shield them. Priority goes on 80 targets because they get boosted 80. So right now I'm definitely thinking about only shielding Riven, because she's just going so ham. Alright, it's getting a little tough. A little bit hectic. Time to back up. But look at that push. Look at that push. Look at the map right now. They've only taken 1 tower for the entire game. We control all of this. Like, pretty much we split the map in 2 with complete control. And not only control, but vision. We have them contained in this teeny little area. And now that we have bot minions pushing, we can go and set up for sieging top or mid and then rotating the dragon very, very easily at our leisure whenever we want. So that was actually a cool tactic I want to show here. Thinking about being against an Evelynn jungler. So we just got done with that big push, and I'm telling everybody, hey Care, hey Care, hey Care, where's Evelynn? Where's Evelynn? Little did they know, she's right here. And I don't really know where she is either, because if I did know where she was, you would see the little, what's it called, exclamation point over my head. But I don't, so this is cool. I'm telling everybody, hey, 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 we have to be together. We have to be in a tight group so she can't pick one of us off. Just in case she's out here trying to do this. Because I do this all the time on Lee Sin, trying to get easy little kills. Now watch this. We're all being together, or around the same time. She shows herself right before I leave. Boom. Foiled again, Evelynn. Foiled again. Janna was too smart. And if you noticed, I was actually pinging everybody to try to synchronize that B. And it saved our lives. So, right now, it's all about rotation as a team. See how my team is all together? We're tightly grouped up. 4 of us are really in the same general vicinity with Lux lagging behind. And it's fine to have the AP carry be just a little bit behind if her front line's protecting her. We're just, like I said, pack of wolves. Separating the sheep from the pack and just ruthlessly slaughtering them. This is called the culling. Right here. Boom. Boom. Taking towers. Look at them. Look at Nidalee's trying to farm. Literally searching for blue. Garen's running around doing nothing. Draven's running around in circles, quite literally. Just so easy. Come up here, fast rotation. They're not, so look at this fast rotation. We're all up in their grill. They're not even in the correct position to defend. Nidalee just, and I think they're just probably morally broken because Nidalee just decided to go farm bot. And so then just Riven's doing work. We're taking away the inhibitors. She just does whatever she wants. And boom! So I'm gonna look at the scoreboard right now. Janna has 1 kill, 0 deaths, and 6 assists. And you may say, did that really make a huge difference in the game? And I contend that it did make a huge difference in the game. If you average 75 gold per assist, 6 assists, that's what, like around 500 gold from assists alone. That's a shutdown. And I got a kill. That's 800 gold from just kills and assists alone. Then all of the timing, all of the lives that I saved, all of the boosted AD, all of that, everything, it's just it's a huge thing. And then when you compound the gold that you get from a kill, all your assists, and all the objectives, and then the gold you deny the opponent by refusing to ever allow them a 300 gold kill, it stacks up. And you can tell right now, especially in the gold lead, because we're, what, 13,000 gold ahead, taking Baron on spawn completely uncontested. This is how you win games. And look, it's a complete raffle stomp, and you may think, oh, you're pub stomping people, it's just noobs or whatever. These are Platinum 4 people. These are people who know how to play the game. But I think that especially once you get up higher, you got to start thinking more about being a teammate, teamwork stuff, not just insect mechanics trying to get snowballed, because I think that works in silver or whatever. But as I'm finding, you know, as I get it higher and higher up, the games get longer and longer and longer, and everything seems to be more predicated on the team fights. And so we got the on-spawn Brawn swagged out with that little purple stuff around us. We're just going to get the on-spawn drag for fun, whatever. Just wasting the time, extending the lead to a ridiculous thing. 15.5 thousand, or 15,000 gold. The rape train has no brakes at all. Oh, and late game, you know, if you expect you're going to win the game, go ahead and grab a Brilliance Potion. Makes your shield's just that much stronger. And that's GG. Oh, so hope you guys like the update. New video, new kind of style of play, but at the same time, old style. Always thinking about your team. Always thinking about getting objectives on times, rotations, fast, clockwork timing, and precision.